Hi everybody, and welcome to Wendy's Witness. There's only one place to go for answers during troubled times. Isaiah 8:20 tells us, go to God's instruction and testimony. If they do not speak according to this word, there will be no dawn for them. Have you ever heard the expression, it just dawned on me? What you're saying is that you received a revelation of some kind, right? Well, when we have questions, God's got answers. So keep watching today. God's always got a word, and His word works. Zechariah 12:1, a pronouncement, the word of the Lord concerning Israel. A declaration of the Lord who stretched out the heavens, laid the foundations of the earth, and formed the spirit of man within him. Verse 2, look, I will make Jerusalem a cup that causes staggering for the people who surrounded the city. Verse 3, on that day I will make Jerusalem a heavy stone for all the peoples. Matthew 24:6, you are going to hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not alarmed, because these things must take place, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these events are the beginning of labor pains. Have you ever been present at the beginning of labor pains? At first, you may not even notice the contractions or be aware that you're about to give birth. That was actually me when my first kid was born. Then as time goes on, it gets your attention. You start thinking, wow, something's starting to happen here, and this baby could be born anytime. Then you take note, hubby starts the stopwatch. Got to know how far apart are these contractions. Because when they ramp up, the doctor will give the word, time to go to the hospital. Hopefully, you knew you were pregnant and had some bags packed up and everything in order so that you're ready to go. Well, friends, look and see what's happening in the world around you, especially in Israel. Notice the contractions taking place. There's no stopping it once God gives the word. Isaiah 40 verse 8. The grass withers, the flower fades, but the word of our God will stand forever. Actually, none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. Here's a sobering thought. Our lives are like that grass and flowers. Listen to Psalm 103:15 and 16. As for man, his days are like grass. He blooms like a flower of the field. When the wind passes over it, it vanishes, and its place is no longer known. What we do in our brief moment of life is important if we're doing the Father's will. Jesus came to earth and did the will of the Father. His purpose was to redeem mankind. And friend, if you're here, you have a purpose as well. How do we know and live out that purpose? Jeremiah 23:18 says, for he who has stood in the counsel of the Lord to see and hear his word, who has paid attention to his word and obeyed? Look, listen, and obey. His word works. Psalm 147:15. He sends his command throughout the earth. His word runs swiftly. When we want to get something done, we wait on standby ready and say, just give the word. Used to be, a man's word was all that was needed to make things happen. No need for collateral or signing documents. His word was worth his weight in gold. Nowadays, not so much. But there is one whose word is sure, whose word is solid and true. If God said it, He will do it. His word will accomplish all it is sent to do. This is what we're seeing now if we have eyes to see. In His word, God tells us what is to come. Some things have already taken place and others not yet. All eyes are on Israel right now, and our prayers are for them. But know this, Hard times will come in the last days. 2 Timothy 3:1. God's word is fire. Even when Jeremiah decided he wasn't going to speak the Lord's words anymore, because when he did, he got beat up and put in the stocks. He couldn't even stick to it, because he said in Jeremiah 20 verse 9, I say, I won't mention him or speak any longer in his name, but his message becomes a fire burning in my heart, shut up in my bones. I become tired of holding it in, and I cannot prevail. When we speak God's word in love, it may not be received well, but before we can speak it, we have to have it in us. If we're spending time in the word is getting in us. And I'll tell you what, God's word works. And that's fire. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. God bless you, and remember, we are all witnesses.